This is the story of two children, Sally and Sam, and the exciting time that they had on their summer holiday. As soon as school had finished for the summer, Sally and Sam went to stay with their uncle and aunt in their home by the seaside. On the first day of their holiday, they went to play on the beach. The sun was warm, and they had a great time playing together. After a while, Sally noticed something in the water close to the shore.
"Look, Sam," she said. "What's that over there?"
Something had been washed up onto the beach. They went over to find out what it was. They pulled the object out of the water onto the sand. It was heavy, and they had to empty the water out of it.
"It's an old boat," said Sam, "and it looks as though it was shipwrecked. This big hole must have been made when it hit some rocks." "Let's take it to show Uncle Jack," said Sally excitedly. "Maybe he'll know how to mend it." So they set off to pull the boat back to their uncle's house. It was hard work dragging the boat over the sand. Sally and Sam got very hot and very tired. At last they reached the house. Uncle Jack came out to see them. "Hello, what have you got there?" he asked them. "It's a wrecked boat washed up by the sea," said Sam. "Could you mend it, Uncle Jack?" asked Sally excitedly. "Then we could use it on the water."
"I think I might be able to do something with it," said Uncle Jack. "But first I'll have to ring the Coast Guard to let him know that you've found it. Someone may have reported the boat missing."
"Oh, I hoped we might keep it," said Sally, with disappointment in her voice.
"Well, you might be able to if no one claims it," said Uncle Jack. "But if you'd lost a boat, you'd be really glad if someone found it and handed it back, wouldn't you? So we'll let the Coast Guard know about it and see what happens." The next day, Uncle Jack set about repairing the hole, while the children went off for the day with their aunt. He worked hard all day, hammering, gluing, sanding, and painting. When the children came home, the boat was almost finished. Uncle Jack was just putting the final touches to a bright red coat of paint.
"Uncle Jack, thank you so much for mending the boat," said Sally. "It's beautiful." "Can we go for a sail right now?" asked Sam.
"No, not yet," laughed Uncle Jack. "The paint has still got to dry. If it's a nice day tomorrow, though, you can take it on the water." Later that evening, Uncle Jack talked to Sally and Sam. "You know, children, that boat is a lot like you and me."
"How can that be, Uncle Jack?" asked Sally.
"Well, that boat was carried away by powerful waves and currents, and there was nothing it could do about it. They beat it mercilessly until finally it was driven on the rocks and destroyed."
"But that hasn't happened to us, has it?" said Sam.
"No, we haven't been shipwrecked in the sea," replied Uncle Jack. "It's other things that destroy us. Those things that push us into doing things we regret. For instance, when we say and do things that hurt each other, or when we do greedy or selfish things. It's just like waves that push us further and further onto the rocks until we are totally swamped and sink. Instead of being free to live the way God made us, like a boat sailing freely on the water, we end up shipwrecked, unable to put things right again.
But I'm not like that, cried Sally. I'm free to do what I want.
Well, that may be so, said Uncle Jack. But are you free to do what God wants, and to be the person He made you to be? For example, did you ever tell a lie and wish you hadn't?
Sally went red with embarrassment. Just that very morning she had told her aunt a lie about something she had broken.
And you, Sam, did you ever steal something and wish you hadn't?
Now it was Sam's turn to go red. He had that very day bought some shopping for his aunt and spent some of the money on sweets for himself without telling her. Uncle Jack chuckled.
I knew I wouldn't be far off the mark, he said. You see, I've done much the same things myself in my time, more often than I care to remember. But here's the good news. Just as we salvaged this boat and repaired it, so too God is longing to rescue us and make us right again.
How does he do that? Asked Sam.
Before I answer that, I've got something important to tell you, said Uncle Jack. Today I had a visitor sent by the Coast Guard. It was a lady who had lost her boat in a storm last week. It seems that the boat you found was hers.
Oh, no, cried Sally. Do we have to give the boat back?
Well, no, we don't, said Uncle Jack. The boat was so badly damaged that she didn't want it back. We agreed a fair price for the condition it was in, and now the boat is mine. And that means it's yours to use whenever you come to stay with us.
Hooray! Shouted Sam. Thank you, Uncle Jack. You're the greatest uncle there ever was. But Uncle Jack, asked Sally, what has that got to do with God rescuing us?
Well, God sent His Son, Jesus, to give His life to pay the price for us, even though we're so badly damaged. Jesus searches for us, and when He finds us, He rescues us and mends us and makes us good as new.
But, Uncle Jack, what if He doesn't find us? Asked Sam.
That's the most wonderful thing of all, replied Uncle Jack. He knows all about you and loves you to bits. You only have to call out to Him and ask Him to rescue you, and He'll do it straight away. Jesus said, "The Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost."